This is Mike 7 Charlie Sierra, and we're just checking, sorting out the audio levels as we're starting to pipe out of things. So I'm trying to keep the key down as well as actually lower some volumes. The easiest way is going to be a volume key and power key, I think, on that one. The FT70, it needs two hands, it's all good there. So I have taken pre-key check-ins. If you keyed up before the start of the Ragchew there, and you appeared on the dashboard and I saw you there, I did see Michael a couple of times, my pre-key check-ins, just in case you don't see the live stream, are Bob MW0RHD, and at number 2 in the log, GW5VOG at number 3, Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa at number 4, and G0EUZ at number 5. Those are the pre-key check-ins. So if you haven't heard your call sign called or your name there, go ahead with your call sign, name and location for the Saturday Ragchew Net. Okay, that's out the way pretty quickly, so we'll see if Bob's there, and if Bob's not there, then it will be D'Artagnan and the Three Musketeers, until any more check-ins, but I'm sure Bob will be there. He keyed it in, he has been on Ragchew before, MW0RHD, Bob.
Yeah, it's 7CCS, W.D.R.G. Very good evening to you, Chris, from Bob, up here on the Scene Peninsula. It's not very warm, hopefully it's a very nice day, we're all well. Hope everything's well with you, and good evening to everybody else listening. M7CCS, Mike Whiskey Zero, Romeo Hotel Delta, over.
Yeah, thanks very much there, Bob, and I've just messed up another screen, and I've got an echo back. I've just opened the Echolink up, so if I turn the volume off on there and, put it to headset, although there is no headset, that means the audio on the Echolink, so I can see if anyone's sat in Echolink. Everything's all up and running there. Thanks very much there, Bob, for being there, and of course, I do these pre-check-ins as an experiment there. We will first now go round to GW5VOG, round to you there, Steve.
GW5VOG returning, thank you, Chris. Good evening to Bob. And I was just in a bit of a panic then because none of my systems were working. I'm not getting wasn't getting anything, well, I still aren't getting anything on Fusion from the cqnorthwest, and I wasn't getting anything at all on DMR from you, but a couple of presses of the PTT. Sorry if I disturbed anyone doing that, but it suddenly came on. So there we are. Hopefully you can hear me. So back to you, Chris, M7CCS from GW5VOG.
7 Charlie Sierra. Yep, I can definitely hear you. Not a problem. Right, I'm going to do some daring now. Okay, I think the PC is telling me that I tried to launch the streaming software twice. So I'm going to give my computer back some of its memory and press a cancel key. And we still have a live stream. It's all good. So we'll go round to Michael now. I'm going to have to change the audio a little bit as well. I've noticed that's probably coming out of YouTube just a little bit too loud, so I've lowered it down a little bit now. I'm doing the same as last week. I'm using Peanut into CQ Northwest, and of course, yeah, sharing me all desktop audio, as to say, into the live streaming software, and of course it puts the audio straight. So next we will go round to, I've got to remember where we were. We did speak to you, so we'll go round to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Thank you, Chris. This was Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa, coming from a very iced over Tennessee. Where right now is currently, let's see, about -5 or 6 degrees Celsius, and we woke up this morning to about -10 or 11 degrees Celsius. Very cold. We still have ice on the ground, and like very cold temperatures this weekend. We're trying to thaw out, hopefully by spring. But we'll get around to that, I guess, here pretty soon. Good to have the three Musketeers here together again for another Saturday Net. I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. 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 Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. So I'll say it as I heard it. Thank you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. Papa, Papa, Papa. Well, that's what I heard. I don't know if anyone else did. So we go round to Rod at G0 EUZ.
Back to the groove. Well, good evening, everybody. Nice to catch you on. I can't believe it's Saturday again. It only seems like last night we were talking. But yeah, nice, especially Bob coming in. So we'll see where it goes tonight. What's going on? Well, our temperature's a lot better than yours, that's for sure, Michael. It's about +6. And it's been quite pleasant actually today, sun shining. A little bit of rain. I went out with the dog this evening, and it was going to rain very shortly, so I turned back, and I just managed to get to the car before it started raining proper. So yeah, that was a good move. That I don't suppose the dog noticed. But yeah, apart from that, I've done absolutely nothing this week. Apart from walking the dog, and that's it. I've had no appointments, no meetings, nothing, which has been very nice indeed. So back to you, Michael. M7CCS G0 EUZ.
Yes, this is Mike 7, Charlie Sierra Chris, identifying as Michael, as Rod said it. But yeah, so it's all good. Yeah, not a problem there. And of course, yeah, it does seem like yesterday. Of course, I kind of thought, it was yesterday. I kind of thought, oh, it's Ragchew tomorrow, and I was like, where has the week gone? But of course, yeah, it has gone. I'm using a slightly different setup, so yeah, I'm still using the STM200 on the WiresX, except instead of it just going, well, less than a meter across the desk, it's going to downstairs. So of course, I run my radio in what's called PDN mode, the WiresX STM100. So it's like the WiresX Direct, but of course, yeah, if I press the AB button, it becomes a gateway again. So yeah, having the and of course you can just control all the rooms like you were going into a repeater. Except it's yeah, you hide the laptop with the screen down and you don't know any different. But of course, yeah, I press the AB button on it, and then I'm able to go into it from the radio upstairs. And of course do the net in front of the screens, so it works out pretty well there. So that's how I'm working anyway. But it's the same as I'd normally be working, except yeah, it's just going to downstairs instead of going just across the desk. And so we'll see if anybody else would like to check in. to the Saturday Ragchew Net. So we'll open it up to check in with overs. As we've got a few people in, we've got the net moving pretty quickly. So if you would like to be number 6 into the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over.
Hello, Chris, N6UTC.
Hello there, Endaf. Take it away. I'm hearing you, not a problem. N6UTC.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Hello to everybody else here. I'm afraid this is in and out. It's, still Saturday morning here. It's about 28 degrees Celsius here. It's going to go up to about 31 Celsius today. And I got some chores to do. Talking to you through my ComJot, which is kind of like a network radio / DMR radio, using Peanut. So I'm in the cqnorthwest, Peanut room. So hopefully I'm getting through. Anyway, so I'd say hello. And I have some chores to do around the house here. And then if you're still around towards the end, I'll come back. I'll give you a call. Thanks, Chris. Hello, everybody. N6UTC.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, yeah. Do I say it? I wouldn't know you weren't on the radio. But, of course, yeah, it's the only thing is it's pretty stealth, that network radio, because it's not showing you in the Peanut, because I'm in the same Peanut room, and it's not showing you there. It's just showing me on my lonesome. But yeah, I don't think it's yeah. There's audio going across the live stream, so it's not anything like that. Maybe my graphical interface is frozen, but I don't see you there. So yeah, stealth network radio. So, would anybody else like to check into the Saturday Ragchew Net? Go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. Okay, nothing heard, so we'll go straight back up to the top of the list, and we're going to be going to Bob, MW0RHD. Over to you there, Bob. And yeah, I've got to say to everyone, I've done a little bit of WiresX radio this week, but yeah, not a lot really. And so, over to you there, Bob, M0RHD.
Yeah, Mike 7 Whiskey, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra, Mike Whiskey 0 Romeo Hotel Delta. Well, yeah, I've been quite busy with radio-related things this week. I just finished rebuilding HS120. Totally went down on that to get a new one. I finished that yesterday. Testing it out early on. It's going up and down. So, yeah, that's good. I've been very, very busy with my network radio things. But I haven't managed to find what the issue is with them. They keep on saying that can't connect to the browser problem. And I've reset them 3 times and it's still keep on saying can't connect to the browser. So because of that, yes, I'm running around busy all day yesterday. We were able to look at a funeral. Actually, it's 9 o'clock. Didn't get back here till about 12:30. I have myself last night, so not done a lot today. Been in the shack doing computer work, stuff like that. So yeah, probably in about a week doing a lot of things. I'm going to be busy next week. I acquired an external tuner, an Icon AH4. Acquired that this week. So hopefully I'll have better for you next week. With a 9.5 meter electric wire. So that should give me a full punch. 80 to 6 is what I'm scoring for. If you get top punch, that would be good. And that's a bonus. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be up to next week. That will take a few days. Once I've got everything I need, and then find it's really good, I need to drill the holes for me. Because I'm not able to do that anymore. And then we'll just carry on from there and see how things go. Back to you, Chris.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. I think we're going to have to get you a headset, Mike. Because you always pull the mic too far away. There, but not a problem there, Bob. Of course, yeah, the over started off okay, and then I did turn the radio up, but we lost a lot of it, in a sense. So we'll go round to GW5 VOG round to you there, Steve.
GW5 VOG returning. Thank you, Chris. We were talking about, I think Rod was talking about the weather there today, and Michael being frosty. Here in Penarth, this afternoon at 2:30, me and the wife went for a walk down Penarth Marina, and the sun was shining. There was not a breath of wind, and it was quite warm. And it stayed like that for a couple of hours. And looking across Penarth Marina, it looked just like it did in the summer. Couldn't believe it, actually. It was so nice. Anyway, after we got home, it sort of went overcast again, and it was pouring with rain this morning, really heavy rain. So, yeah, we've had all sorts today. But that was really good, apart from the fact that I still got a bit of problem with my left leg, and by the time we'd finished walking around the marina, so it was about a 2-mile walk, I was hobbling a little bit. But I was okay after. As soon as I got home and had a coffee and some biscuits, I kind of recovered. So there we are, that's my day today. Back to you, Chris, M7CCS from GW5 VOG.
Seven, Charlie Sierra, thanks very much there, Steve. And yeah, interesting day. So we will jump back across the pond to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Thanks, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa here. And like I say, it's been a very strange week over here in my area of the world. We got what one meteorologist described as a lasagna of weather, another one described it as a cheeseburger of weather, and that we started out with freezing rain, with sleet. That gave us a nice thick ice covering, and we got a few inches of snow, and then we got some more ice to cover that snow. So while it doesn't, lasagna or cheeseburger sounds like a delicious meal, it was a real pain in the butt for a lot of people over in Nashville. They have over 1 million people in that town. I think it's like 1.5 million, and between 200,000 and 250,000 people were without power for at least 24 hours, and we have some of them been without power for almost a week, and maybe out of power without another week. And we've lost, I can't remember what they said, it's just in Nashville alone, about 25 people because of the cold and the ice and having no power at all. Fortunately, my wife and I were very blessed. We never lost our power, but I've had more ice on my antennas than I have seen the entire time I've been on RAM radio. It just coated those antennas. And at one point I told my wife, I have one antenna, that's a wire antenna coming across my backyard. I said, that antenna is coming down. There's way too much ice on it. But it survived. We kept our power, we kept our heat, kept everything going, including the intent is keep still going. So we're very blessed. There's a lot of people from Nashville all the way through the East Coast that are still without power today. And so hopefully, hope they'll get power again soon. And for that good and bad news, I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Thanks for being here, Steve. Hope your leg's better. Good to hear from you, Ron. And the three I want to say surgeon, but the Musketeers continue on. WA5 RIP. Back to you.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, we'll have to chuck him up on the live stream, as you've mentioned it. Yeah, D'Artagnan and the Three Musketeers. That's when it's just us here. But we got Bob as well. So it's all good there. So we're gonna go around to Rod now, G0 EUZ.
G0 EUZ, back to the group. Yeah, I'll receive that. I'm actually on the FD5 today, going via cqnorthwest, because I've had problems with the DMR the last few weeks. I thought I'd try the C4 FM, so I got the handle charged up and away we go. And so far it's good, everybody good. I can hear everybody, and away we go. So yeah, it's been a mixed bag all week. We've had rain, and, but it's not been too cold at all week. So I've known that we will be getting some more cold weather soon. At the moment, it's your side, Chris, isn't it? With rain and flooding, which is a problem. We haven't had any flooding here for a long time. Although we are very low lying. But because I forget what he was called now, a Dutch engineer they brought in many years ago to drain the fens, and yeah, he did a very good job. So, so there we go. Yeah, no radio at all this week. I messed about with a couple of hotspots that needed updating, and that was that. I even tried updating my HubNet micro hub, but that wasn't having it. That wouldn't work. So seeing as no one go on it, I'm not bothered with that one. I don't know if HubNet to go out at once, but at the moment I certainly don't. So there we go. Is there anything else? No, I don't think there is. Back to you, Chris. M7CCS G0 EUZ.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, I've got a use because you just go into Supermon on it, and yeah, you change it to cqnorthwest while there's a net on, and you can use your bowfang into the net. Hi. So yeah, there is a use for it. But yeah, I know what you mean. And let's say I listened to the network with the word net in it, and when I'm walking the dog, but because there's a repeater, so I will listen to that as I'm walking the dog. But of course, I've got my gateway here, and so of course, yeah, I'll listen to that while I'm going round as well. But I can just put the radio into a scan. It gives me a general scan. But 9 times out of 10, recently, it's been getting back onto my gateway. And so rather than actually onto the other repeater there. So it's kind of it's one of those things. And of course, yeah, when I've looked at their FaceAche, as I call it, their FaceAche page, you know, there's people complaining about this and that and whatever. So yeah, I don't want to get involved in that. But of course, yeah, it's been quieter of late over there. So yeah, some people may know because yeah, Rod, you probably got your node especially for that network in a sense. But yeah, you can go other places with it. So yeah, in the Supermon. But yeah, that's where you should find to do your updates as well. You should be able to do the update via Supermon as well. So right, we'll see if anybody else would like to join us. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over.
Two Whiskey 1 Tango F Romeo, on dear. Also preparing a gammon steak, some roast potatoes, sweet. What gravy do you have with gammon steak? I need a bit of slippage, but I've only got the normal gravies like chicken and beef and that. I'm going to parsley sauce. I thought I had, but I haven't. So, recommendations for some slippage for a gammon steak meal. It's got pineapple on it, of course. Has to have pineapple. Don't care what people say. It's lovely. Have it on pizza as well. So there you go. That's tonight's question. What gravy or sauce? I haven't got apple sauce either. I thought I bought a jar of it, but I haven't. So that's out as well. There you go. What slippage goes with the gammon steak and roast potatoes? 2 Whiskey 1 Tango Echo Romeo, back to control.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, I know there is specifics, like there is beef gravy, there is chicken gravy, but of course, yeah, if you're not sure what to put with it, there's always anything gravy. But yeah, maybe you've not got any of that. But yeah, gammon is a little bit on the salty side, and you've got the roasted potatoes, so yeah, gravy probably would go well, wouldn't it? But it doesn't matter what gravy, it still makes it gravy, doesn't it? So yeah, anything like gravy. Get on to Just Eat and order some gravy from KFC. Okay. But yeah, we'll get to see what other recommended rations we get. So would anybody else like to check in to the Saturday Ragchew Net? If you would, go ahead with your call sign.
M6 DQB, Pablo Scava. Yeah, good evening. One more getting call your side. Just passing these kind of very wiry under structures of the lines and money and function of the lines. They all concentrate more on general passion of
Yeah, thanks very much there, Pablo. And yeah, while you're doing those wires in the shack, yeah, stay away from the XLX server. I repeat, stay away from the XLX server. Hi. Only until about 9:30. You'll be good to go after. Well, you know, maybe 9 o'clock. You'll be good to go. I'm only joking. Right, have we got anybody else who would like to check in to the Saturday Ragchew Net? Go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. Okay, nothing heard, but we would normally be going to the top of the list, but I've already got a message on YouTube. MW0RHD has a power cut. So, yeah, power cut in North Wales. Yeah, not a problem there. So I will mark him as listen only. And he's pretty much said goodbye as well. So we will say 7-3. So next it's coming to Steve GW5 VOG.
GW5 VOG returning. You take me by surprise there, Chris. I wasn't expecting that. So can I think of anything to say? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know whether Endaf's still listening. Endav, I should say, let's pronounce it properly, is still listening, but I've been sort of, I do off and on toy with the idea of learning Welsh. So I've been going on S4C, the Welsh language channel on television, online on the sort of streaming service online. I've been watching Poblicum, the soap that's on 3 times a week. Anyway, I've just started watching a new thing. I watch with English subtitles, so I can't really understand everything at the moment. I can't understand much at the moment. But anyway, I've been watching this new thing, which is called, I've forgotten the name now. I think it's Melt. Melt. That's it, which means catch the lightning. It's a sort of crime drama. It's also on Netflix, I've just seen when I was looking at Google, and it's called Rough Cut on Netflix. So I assume it's still in Welsh with subtitles, but it's based in, it's a sort of crime thing. It's based in Cardiff and up in North Wales, and the North Wales bit is Portmaddock and Maen-Twrog, which I think is on the way to Blaenau-Festiniog. So yeah, it's quite interesting to see places that we all know really there. And yeah, okay, so food porn. We had my signature dish for evening meal tonight, which was poached salmon and boiled potatoes, parsley sauce, and fine green beans. And the salmon fillets were, you'll be pleased to know, Chris, from Marks and Spencer. Hooray. Anyway, back to you then, M7CCS from GW5VOG.
7 Charlie Sierra. Well, yeah, Marks and Spencer. Oh, God, you've got to eat it. I'm only joking. So, of course, yeah, we've just spoken to you there, and we are going to Michael next. So Michael might be able to suggest them. So no one suggested a source yet. But of course, yeah, Bob has had to leave us. But of course, yeah, I chucked it in the old googly box. Foam Monty, you got the option of cream parsley sauce, the classic. But you'll have to make it, or honey and mustard sauce, or pineapple sauce and glaze, or Cumberland sauce, traditional cold savoury and fruity sauce, creamy mushroom or onion sauce, and yeah, that's pretty much all it gives. I can dive deeper in AI mode. But yeah, that's what the googly box said when I said sauce to go with gammon and roast potatoes. So I think it automatically assumes that it's a gammon joint. So we will go over to Michael now. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Thanks, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa here. And I think I may have missed part of that because I heard the salmon and potatoes, but I think I may have skipped over some of it. I'm having a little problem this week in addition to getting the ice that I've got here. I've developed some kind of, I don't know if it's allergies or I've got a cold. I rarely have colds in my life, but I've got this scratchy throat. I'm always trying to drink some fluids, water to keep it cool back there because it's kind of scratchy and irritated. And I'm doing a lot of sneezing and coughing, so I think I may have sneezed or coughed too far. But on my wife, on her salmon, all she basically does is put some seasoning on it. Maybe some black pepper, a little bit of salt, and maybe some garlic seasoning, and pan fries it. And we have it with usually asparagus is not what I like to have with it. I've never had potatoes with it. But she has been cooking this week. One of my favorite meals was a lunch we had over here. And she grilled cheese with ham in it, and we had creamy tomato soup. And they seem to make the day warm up a little bit. One of some of the breakfasts that she's cooked that I really enjoyed. Because she's done both scrambled eggs and fried eggs together at different times, and they're certainly very delicious. And of course, she cooked some crown rib with the beef, which is a beef, and you cook it slightly rare, and it's very delicious. I'm trying to remember what else she did, but that was basically the gist of it. So if I have to go down, I may have to go down here in a few minutes to get me something to drink, because my throat is getting my mouth and throat are getting very dry. But
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, of course, yeah, that's it. Go in there, get your drink, okay? I'm getting messages here. OPS disconnected, reconnection successful. That's about the live stream. But yeah, I'm still talking. That's the bit that matters. So that pre-buffers to go out. And of course, yeah. Well, now I've heard salmon mentioned loads, and of course, yeah, I've heard that. Of course, Steve had his with parsley sauce. Michael, you've had yours the way you had it. Now, we had salmon the other day, and of course, yeah, what I've done is I kind of I pan fried it, and I added some onion, and then I can't remember what the stuff is called, but it is like a tomato sauce in a carton, and I added some of that to it, and you let it bubble a little bit, let it cook and simmer, and then yeah, served that out with rice. So yeah, and funny enough, I actually turned round to AI, and I said that's what's in basically how to cook that, and of course then it said what ingredients have you got in your fridge. So yeah, AI, even on normal Facebook Messenger, Monty, there is AI. But I know you've already played with AI, but ask AI. And yeah, you can pretty much tell AI what you got in your fridge. You don't want to tell them too much information though, Monty. And yeah, see what it comes up with. See if it's as good as Ready Steady Cook. Now I'm showing my age. Of course, they come on with for Michael. They come on with a carrier bag of whatever ingredients the contestant had bought, and the celebrity chef would have to make a meal out of it. Of course, they had access to a kitchen with spices and everything else in, and probably other vegetables. Right, so we'll see where I was, because I've actually lost where I was. So we will go to Rod. Over to you there, Rod. I'm not missing anyone out this week at G0EZ.
G0EZ, back to the grid. Yeah, all good that. Unfortunately, Pablo was very distorted with me. Although I could hear in the background on the live stream, he was perfectly clear, so obviously my but yeah, Monty, I mean, I always have gammon with chips, so I never have gravy with it. Gammon, egg and chips, and that's it. So yeah, no problem. I can't have pineapple, unfortunately, because it affects my mouth and gives me a very sore mouth. But otherwise, yeah. And salmon, yeah, I either grill it or usually actually air fry it. And with rice, like you said, Michael, always with rice, and it's very nice. But with the tomato sauce, that sounds very nice too. Generally, I can't eat tomatoes because of the mouth. But cooked tomatoes don't seem to bother me for some reason. So there we go. And every Monday I have tomato soup for an evening meal, because I've had fish and chips for lunch. So I have a few slices of bread and a bowl of soup for the evening meal. Very nice it is too. So, back to you, Chris. M7CCS G0EUZ.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Thanks very much there, Rod. And so next we're going to go to Monty, 2W1 TER. Well, let's see which sauce he's picked. But yeah, jam and eggs and chips, that sounds good. Over to you there, Monty.
Yeah, 2 Whiskey 1 Tango Romeo. Allergic to onions, can't eat honey. Seems to have some sort of effect on the medication I'm on, like the enzymes or something. I've got no parsley in, I said that. I'm limited on anything else, so I'll probably have it dry. I don't know. I don't want it dry. I've got to have some slippage, haven't you? Yeah. That's an awkward one, gammon, isn't it? Apple sauce or parsley sauce seems to be the main. Oh well. Maybe I'll just eat it dry and be done with it. Baked beans. No, I can't have baked beans. Yeah, it's a conundrum, isn't it? When you're right at the end of the shopping month and you've got all the little bits missing and no local shop to get from. We don't have that Deliveroo rubbish or anything like that here. So, if I haven't got it, I haven't got it, and I can't get it. Oh well, yeah. Well, not much happened in the week really. Had to take it slow because of the transfusion I had last week, or the week before rather. Missed last weekend, I think, because I fell asleep, which I've got to take advantage of with my sleep pattern, so I don't really care. To be honest, it's a case of eat when I'm hungry and sleep when I'm tired because of the pain. Keeps me awake all the time, so I cat nap most of the time now. Just going through things and sorting things out to get rid of. I've been put on palliative care, so I've got to sort everything out. I don't really know what to say really. There's not a lot else going on. Apart from eating and sleeping. There you go. And getting a timeout. Anyway, 2 Whiskey 1 Tango Echo Romeo back control.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Yeah, I was more held back by what you were saying than pressing the time, mate. But yeah, don't give up. It's still a fight. Keep fighting. But of course, yeah, that's the thing there. But I was going to say, yeah, but there should be some people visiting you. And stuff like that, and also making sure that you've got stuff in and stuff like that, knowing what you're going through and that. But then again, for you, like you said, you have to travel to Hereford for certain things, so you've got to travel mileage. But of course, yeah, there are other hospitals in Wales, aren't there? But of course, yeah, and unfortunately, that's how it is there. But of course, yeah, you certainly seem chirpy though. Unfortunately there, Monty. But yeah, and yeah, we're glad to have you on the Ragchew. So we're gonna go over to Pablo now. He did say he'd wait until it was his turn. So yeah, he stayed away from that server. Over to you there, Pablo. M6DQB.
M6 DQB returning. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Well, firstly, the server's in the attic, and I'm staying away from the attic. Yeah, I'm pretty much sorted. It's just tidying up now all the mess and getting rid of the rubbish and all that I've generated dust from drilling into the wall. And the bits and pieces. It's looking a lot better than it has in the last 8 weeks plus. And it's only going to get better slowly, nonetheless, but we'll get there in the end. Just need to just wire up the actual radios back for YSX and HF, and we'll be good to go. Anyway, I'm going to listen for the rest of it, Chris. I'm just popping out, but I will be listening while I'm out and about, and I may come back in at the end. So I'll catch you in a bit. So you peace out from M6 DTV.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, yeah, not a problem there. Of course, yeah, 7-3 for now, but I'll give you a call at the end when it comes to 7-3. Mark is just listening for now. So we'll see if anybody else is on the side and would like to join us. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over for the Saturday Ragchew Net.
Mike 7 Juliet Tango Victor. My name's Warren and I'm in Kidderminster.
Yep, Mike 7 Juliet Tango Victor, I think it's right. It's Warren, and you're in Kidderminster. So you're not far away from me, actually. I'm in Churchtown. But yeah, that's all good there. Yeah, back over to you there, Warren. Not sure how long you've been listening, but of course, yeah, we have the Saturday Ragchew Net every week. And of course, yeah, we call the check-ins, then we pass it round, and then after a certain amount of numbers, everyone gets an over with their check-in. So over to you there, Warren.
Mike 7 Juliet Tango Victor, yeah. I've only been licensed since October last year. So I'm still new to everything. I've only been listening for the last say about 2.5 minutes. Because I use Peanut to get into some of the gateways. Otherwise, I'm using DMR for Brandmeister. But literally all I do is listen, and then every so often I'll have a go at 2 meters and HF. So I'm still trying to get used to all the new things and everything. Nice to be able to, instead of using the radio, use the computer, because some of my pits I can't get out some distance with at the moment.
Yeah, not a problem there, Warren, and of course, yeah, that's why why it's there. So, of course, yeah, you're coming in via CQ Northwest then, YSF-CQNW. I can see you sat there. You can probably see me sat there with the Welsh call sign. But of course, yeah, that's how the audio gets over to the live stream over on YouTube as well. But of course, yeah, cqnorthwest, it connects into the Wales Digital Radio Group, and then of course that's a whole set of gateways and DMR, YSF, DStar, etc. And of course, so is CQ Northwest there. Of course, that's got the ALLSTAR on there, as well as Echolink and everything else on there. And of course, yeah, I pretty much use Peanut myself. I used the what's called the Fernando version, the Lima Whiskey 6 Echo Mike November version. And I like that because it brings the QRZ details straight up when people are talking. So that's what I'll use that on my laptop, and if I'm down in the front room and things like that. And of course, yeah, for the net, I'm currently on a radio, but yeah, don't be nervous, don't be shy. Believe it or not, I didn't used to say a lot on the radio until I started doing these nets, and yeah, then couldn't really shut me up in a sense. But of course, yeah, the net's been going for, well, a good old 5 years now. And you're very welcome there, Warren. So, is there anybody else who would like to check in as to the Saturday Ragchew Net? Go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. W.D.R.G. Okay, I believe that was G0RGG. That's how I heard it, but I haven't got no details. It's come via CQ. Oh, hang on. It's come via CQ Northwest. I'm seeing double of everything in there. In there, Peanut. Yeah, if you could just confirm I've got the call sign right. I might not have got it right. I was in the middle of doing something at the time, but yeah, G0RGG, I believe.
Affirmative. It is G0RGG, and the name's John, and I'm in Ellesmere Port, over.
Yep, okay there, John. Thank you very much there. Of course, yep, you've come into the Wales-Ragchew Net there. You're hearing it there, and of course, I've asked for check-ins there. So, of course, you've checked in there. I'm going to see if anybody else is out there, and then, of course, we're going to go back up to the top of the list and send you back round again. So, is there anybody else who would like to join the Saturday Ragchew Net? Go ahead with your call sign, name, over. Okay, nothing heard. So, we'll go back up to Steve, GW5VOG.
GW5 VOG returning. Thank you, Chris. Right, so good evening to Monty, Pablo, Warren, and John. We've got a nice new selection there at the end of the list. I make it 9 people now we've had on, so don't know if you agree with that, Chris. Yeah, so because you came back to me quicker than I was expecting last time, I forgot about Monty's request for sources, and I had already AI'd it. So normally, well, for a gravy you wanted, not a sauce, it said normally you don't have gravy with gammon steak. But if you want to, you can have any kind of gravy with it. If you just try out different types. But we must admit, vegetarian gravy granules, they're very nice actually. So I know that's cheating a bit. Also, you can get Coleman's sauce mixes in sachets, can't you? They're quite good. We have a few of them in the cupboard, and you can put anything you want with it if you want to. Normally it has apple sauce is the standard, isn't it? And I think you mentioned, Chris, pineapple, some kind of pineapple sauce, but normally not gravy. I did see one recipe for ham gravy where you get the leftovers when you've cooked the ham, and you mix that up the same as you make gravy, using that as a base with flour and corn flour or whatever, or that kind of thing. And you can make ham gravy with that, so that would go with it probably if you wanted gravy. So there we are. Anyway, the other thing is on the gravy trail, as it were, or the gravy train even, you were saying about tomato stuff in a thingy, I can't think of the word now, I forgot it, in a carton. That's it, tomato stuff in a carton. I think it's called passata, P-A-S-S-A-T-A, which you use to mix up if you're making your own pizzas. You use that for the tomato in the pizza base. So I think that might be the carton. They're usually quite small cartons. It's kind of like a watery tomato puree. So there we are. Cooking lesson over. So back to you, Chris M7CCS from GW5VOG.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, thanks very much there, Steve. And of course, yeah, we can always rely on you to do the background information. I'm going to start calling you Wincy, as in Wincy Willis. But I'm showing my age there, where course, I used to sit down and watch Treasure Hunt, and of course, yeah, she was working out all the clues in the background. But of course, yeah, you would come back with what I forget or any details of anyone there. But of course, yeah, I'm pretty quick this week. I've managed to get Warren's details updated and John's in the log already. So of course, yeah, for Warren and John, that's it. That's a digital log, and of course, yeah, it's just a case of QRZing you and trying to get. Okay, I saw I had stopped going. There's me laughing away and talking about it. I'll check the location in the extra info for John when we go back round, and yeah, I'll have it updated again. So, right, now we go round to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
It's Chris. I hope I don't have the echo again at the end. I don't know what's going on with my connection today in the Northwest. It's good, but I do seem to have that echo towards the end. Even if I don't talk, there's an echo reload everything. Before the ice got here this week, I had taken about a week or so off of. I had a problem. I'm back up here a second. I had a problem with my Yaesu 991 Alpha. I wasn't able to get on FT8. Wasn't showing me a connection or something like that, and I was having some other problems with it. Did a hard reset because one of my fellow operators told me, when in doubt, do a hard reset. That usually fixes most of the problems, and it did. But then I had to reset all of my connections because I had not documented all my connections, especially for FT8, and so it had me puzzled for a while I wasn't getting through. So I took about a week or so off, didn't do anything with that, did other things, got back on the radio Monday morning and rechecked all my connections, rechecked all my settings on the radio, and suddenly it started working. And I realized when I started with electronics way back in the 70s, 80s, first thing you can do if you're ever stumped on something, step away for a little while, come back in with fresh eyes. Got to remember that from now on. I'll tell you how many electronics problems I've fixed, leaving it alone and coming up the next morning, getting in the shower as I get ready to go to work, and suddenly the answer will appear to me in my head. Fix a lot of problems in the shower getting ready to go to work. So step away from it, get somebody else to look at it, or hit it with fresh eyes. Lesson I learned yet again this week. Turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Connected W7CCS.
Okay, I had an announcement that I'm connected. I don't know where to. But that's all good. It was connected M7CCS. And that came off the end of Michael's over. There's some strange things going on there, but we've still got the communication. So we go round to Rod G0. You use that?
G0, EUZ, back to the group. Good evening to Warren and to John. Glad you could join us. Just nipping back to the food bit, I had a sirloin steak tonight with chips and mushrooms. I've not had a sirloin for a long time, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. And I actually cooked it with no seasoning whatsoever. I'd seen a video during the week where you just slap it on, leave it until it stops sticking, and then turn it over. Same again on that side, and then no resting, anything. Just stick it on your plate, and away you go. And yeah, it was very nice. Enjoyed it, so I might have a go at that. It's all to do with it's my wife's birthday on in 2 weeks' time. And the family's been invited, and she wants a steak night, so I thought, well, I better find a different way of cooking it, because I haven't enjoyed steak for a long time. So anyway, that's it. Sorted me out. Monty, yes, you keep fighting, buddy. And see how it goes. It's a shame you've got pain, you know, because that you can't get away from that, can you? But you've got to do your best, haven't you? So, M7CCS 0, use it.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, let's see if this works. Well, it seems to be working. So switch to the FT70 just quickly. So I can get to it downstairs. When I'm downstairs with it, then the gateway. And when I'm downstairs with it, then yeah, be all good. Of course, I am running it on a dummy load down there. But of course, yeah, I'm still able to get through it and whatever with my normal antenna. And yeah, like I said, I second what you just said there to Monty there, Rod. So we will go round to Monty, 2W1 TER.
Yeah, 2 Whiskey 1 Tango Echo. I'm going to pass this one because I'm halfway through cooking stuff and I'm about to turn hot food, so I'm going to be distracted. 2 Whiskey 1 Tango Echo on back to control.
Yep, okay, not a problem there, Monty. And of course, yeah, call you in on the next one. So next we're going to Warren in Kidderminster, M7 JTV, over in the Peanut.
M7 JTV. Yeah, I don't know what to say really. I've just been listening to you. Apart from if you all want to go on about food, I had for my tea tonight, I had pizza because the wife wanted to do some homemade pizzas, so that's what we had for tea. But it's quite nice actually hearing different people instead of hearing just like your local people on a repeater. But as I said before, I'm still getting a hand of all this new bits and joining nets and that. So it's quite new to me. I've done it on an ALLSTAR node, but it's to me it's quite a bit of a different thing because with that I'm using the radio, but here I'm just pressing the space bar because using Peanut. But it is nice to be able to hear loads of different people, and I think what I'll do is I'm going to be listening in a bit more and getting to trying to get the hands of using it and using a bit more of a radio because as I do every day, all I can do is sit here and either one use the radio or do things with the computer as I'm not allowed to work. So that's my thing that I have to do. So, but yeah, I'll pass it back to the net controller.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Yep, not a problem there, Warren. And of course, yeah, we don't bite. And of course, yeah, well, a long time ago, I was what's called a digital inclusion tutor years and years ago, and yeah, I was governed by a council, but pretty much, yeah, I had to spell it out one day that people learn by doing, and people all learn at different levels as well. But of course, yeah, I know what you mean. It doesn't seem right sometimes. You know, of course, when I use my my Peanut, I just press a control key on the corner, chat away, until I think I'm going to time out, press my control key again, and it doesn't quite feel right. So, and of course, yeah, on the radio, it feels all okay, but yeah, practice. Of course, yeah, conversation can go anyway. Some nets, they tend to be regimented. My only regimental bit of it is, of course, when we first start, we call 5 check-ins. We pass it round those 5, and then anyone that checks in after that, they check in and they get an over with it. And so that's pretty much all I put in there. We pretty much, we don't bother setting subjects. We aren't waiting to blow the servers apart by getting as many people as we can to check in and say in and out. And of course, yeah, then it's kind of like, where is the net going? But of course, yeah, it's not a problem. And like I said, everyone is welcome, and pretty much we'll all get here together on a Saturday, and then we all go off and do all our other radio stuff and whatever. But of course, I'm still around the network, and other people are still around the network in the week as well. But it's just the way things go, and of course, yeah, those nets where you've got, you know, where you're waiting, and you finally check in, and you're waiting half an hour to be called back. I do give those a miss. So we'll go to John now. We'll see if he's still with us. Golf 0, Romeo Golf Golf. Over to you there, John.
G0RGG returning. Yeah, it's Whitby, by the way. Ellesmere Port Whitby is probably the closest. Well, it is Whitby anyway. Right near Whitby Park. Yeah, I've called in a couple of times. Well, come on to here a couple of times, but give a couple of shouts. But it's I've never once before. I think I found somebody on here. But this is the first net, so having said that, normally you're quite busy this time on a Saturday. But there you go. But I presume the net starts. What time is it now? At 8 o'clock, I'm guessing. On here, I presume it's every Saturday, is it? Yeah, so I'll have to remember that. Right, back to you, Chris M7CCS.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, yep, the net is from 7:30 p.m. It goes on to YouTube, and it's normally live on there. 12 minutes and 55 seconds before. That's a little bit precise, but yeah, it goes up on there. It gives a 2 minute of a buffer, and then it you know, it's 10 minutes before the net in a sense. And of course, yeah, there's a little countdown timer. There's a network map which shows you all of the ways in, and of course it's got a little bit of a logo where there's a link tree of boxes where it shows you where things are all linked as well. You can also access that on the W.D.R.G website, and other information on CQNorthwest as well. But of course, yeah, like I said, everyone's welcome, and of course, yeah, because you come through that side of the system, it doesn't always transcode a DMR ID through. A lot of people that use Yaesu radios don't tend to use a DMR ID, and of course, yeah, if you are watching my live stream, which is it's under my call sign, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra, and it's you come up and say Saturday Ragchew Net, and of course there's a live video going there. But when you talk, it comes up as a 0, but of course, yeah, it's just a case of if I'm there and I've got the time and I'm not too distracted when I'm talking, I will get those contacts updated so that it comes up and it says Whitby. So next time you check in, I just put the call sign in and I can go, yep, that's John from Whitby. So is there anybody else who would like to check into the Saturday Ragchew Net? Go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and over. Okay, nothing heard, so we will put it over to Steve. That means my list makes sense, because you'll be at the top of it. GW5 of VOG. Round to you there, Steve, as yeah, I venture towards the back door, for yeah, some different type of air in my lungs, shall we say. Over to you there, Steve. GW5 VOG.
GW5VOG returning. Thank you, Chris. Give it up. It's a filthy habit. It's not good for you. I think you vape, don't you, Chris? Is that right? Not smoke. Let's hope so. Yeah. If you do vape, do you take the batteries out of them when you finish with them and save them to use, because they're lithium, what's name batteries, aren't they? They're quite good, and you can repurpose them. Anyway, yeah, if we're the three musketeers, Rod and Michael and me, you're D'Artagnan, I think Monty should be Cardinal Richelieu, the Eminence Gris, because he knows France and French very well. So there we are. Yeah. So yeah, Warren. This is an extremely friendly net. I don't go on loads of nets myself. We do a local one here with my local radio group on 2 meters, just analog 2 meters, and I sometimes listen if I wake up early in the morning because I have to go for a pee. I listen to. I never join in because I'm half asleep. Sometimes listen to the Squirrel Net on the Northwest Fusion group. I think you've been on it a few times, Chris, if I'm right, and they're quite nice and friendly, very amusing often. It's a bit like Last of the Summer Wine sometimes. There we go. And yeah, so this is a friendly net, and then we get people from all over. Do occasionally get an Australian member, I think, and loads in America. So there we are. Keep coming back, Warren. Anyway, back to you, Chris. M7CCS from GW5VOG.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Yeah, you pretty much summed it up there, Steve. It's it's not the quantity of the net, it's the quality of the net. Yeah, I have been known to listen to Northwest Fusion and fall back asleep. But of course, it can be funny listening because you're sticking everybody who's slightly getting into that grey matter stage, and you're getting them to remember who's next. Not without having a list, but I think they all write lists now, a lot of them, so that they know where it's going and things like that. And of course, you write a list as well, Steve, with this one. And it's handy if you do just write the call times down as well as seeing it on the live stream, because if the power goes, but your radio's still working. And the answer to your question is I smoke and I vape. I buy a certain vape and I use that. And as of batteries and the charging unit and everything out of a vape, I did do an experiment once before. It's in the box actually, because I've not got the LoRa board out recently. But remember when I was going on about the LoRa mesh plastic boards? I put a vape battery and the charging port, and I was running my LoRa node on there. So there is a project, I suppose, with a hotspot, I suppose. And of course, you power it with the battery, charge up the battery. But of course, it would have to be a hefty vape battery, I think, for it to last long enough. But you can buy battery boards for the Raspberry Pi. Of course, it won't fit on your normal hotspot. I'm talking Pi Stars now. You would have to 3D print and extend the box or something to accommodate it in a sense. But there is actually already a battery board out there. But you can use the vape batteries to power Raspberry Pis and LoRa boards, etc. Over to you, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Chris Smith is the Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo and Papa. And we did want to say something else about this week. I have a cousin that I grew up with on my dad's side. When she was in her teens, I believe it was, they diagnosed her with rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune disease, affects your joints and all different parts of your organs and things like that. And she passed this week at the age of 58, almost 59. She'll be 59 in another week. But she lived a life fighting her disease every minute of every day. They told her when she first got diagnosed with it that it wouldn't be a good idea for her to have children because that would really diminish her health. She found a young man that really loved her to no end, married him, and they had one little girl, and they adopted another little girl. And she fought that disease, that rheumatoid arthritis, for almost 40 years, and was married to the man that I know that I talk to him all the time on Facebook for over 35 years. So if you want to see a picture of a person fighting an illness to the very end, it was her. So those of us who've got little diseases and affinities and things like that you have to struggle through, keep fighting the good fight. She did it for 40-something years and was a master at it. Enjoyed every minute of her life to the very end. So just a little advice there. I don't know if it's a little advice, more like an example of how to live your life, I guess, more or less. But she's going to be missed by her family a lot. But like I say, fight the good fight every day if you have to. And with that, I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5 for Romeo and Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, it's that thing, and it live every day like it's your last. But of course, yeah, just keep going and have that fight. A lot of people get told it's bad news and they give up and boom, die now. But if you don't tell yourself you're giving up, yeah, you can fight. So we go round to Rod G0 EUZ.
G0 EUZ. Back to the group. Yeah, not a lot more to add there. It's just one of those things, isn't it? I mean, my brother's not doing so good, but he's 70 something, 2 years behind me, so he's doing all right, really. So yeah, my condition after my op just before Christmas hasn't improved. I mean, they described it as maybe 3 months of leakage. I would call it total incontinence myself. So there you go. I'm learning to cope with that, and hopefully it will get better. I keep doing the exercises, the pelvic floor exercises. There's even a on the phone that reminds you to do it 3 times a day, and times you all the way through the exercise. So I've downloaded that and getting on with that, and see how we get it. It doesn't seem to be improving whatsoever, but you never know. You never know. So apart from that, what else have I done? I did get round to cleaning the inside of the car today, because with the smog and the wet weather, he jumps in the car and then checks himself, and of course these mud spots are all over the place. So it's surprising how where you find them, places that don't seem sort of in direct line of fire from the back of the car, but yeah, he manages to do it. So there we go. So yeah, that's about it for me for this time. M7CCS G0 EUZ.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Thanks very much there, Rod. So next we will go round to Monty 2W1 TER.
Whiskey 1, Tango Echo Romeo. Yeah, give those fags that, mate. Don't go down to me. Horrible bastard things. Yeah, food cooked, ready to go. Yeah, the lad asking, it's one of the better nets this, because we don't sit around. I went on 91 again the other week, and it's like 50 people on there, all telling you what the weather's like in a country you're never going to go to, thousands of miles away, which is not really that interesting, and then telling them what handset they've got and playstyle they got, and then you go to the next person comes on and he says exactly the same thing, and then the next one says exactly the same thing, and some of the times when you try and have a conversation on there, you get some, the sad hams come on and then they moan that you're having a conversation. Well, the whole thing is about conversations, isn't it? It's the whole raison d'etre of radio communication is communication, not just giving weather reports and equipment reports. So, yeah, I like it here because it's, the chat can vary from week to week. You know what I mean? And you get different people come on and you get people who want to talk and people who don't. But, yeah, there's always food's very popular on here. So if you've got any good recipes, crank them out. We do like a good recipe on here. But yeah, generally it's just a Saturday night chit chat like you have down the pub, which I enjoy. It's good because you get to talk to people from all over the world as equals. And there's certain taboo things that I tend to break, but I don't care. And but yeah, generally it's a nice, friendly, just a bunch of mates sat around a table in a pub talking rubbish. So there you go. 2 Whiskey 1, Tango Echo Romeo, back to control.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, that's the thing. Subject can move on from, well, yeah, it can start at one stage and it can end somewhere else. But of course, yeah, we pretty much, we keep up with each other. Of course, you know, some people, it's D'Artagnan and the Three Musketeers. Of course, that's myself, Steve, Michael, and Rod. And of course, sometimes we're starting it, and sometimes we'll have a net, and it's just us. And so, of course, yeah, we adopted that, the D'Artagnan and the Three Musketeers. And of course, yeah, Monty's always welcome from Ruria over there. And of course, yeah, all the stories, they're enjoyable as well. And especially when you can't, you know, ask him about his 10mm spanner. But yeah, the other thing about the W.D.R.G network is it's linked out to GB3 Whiskey. That's a repeat, C4 FM repeater in Wales, in South Wales, Port Talbot. That's linked in 24/7. So occasionally in the evening you will hear the keeper, well, the keeper team, shall we say. So you'll hear Chris and you'll hear Kev, and they'll talk about things. Of course, they're encouraging the locals in the radio up there to use their hotspots because they can talk onto the repeater using them. So of course, yeah, it's all about building that activity, and we've got a good system to do it. And of course, yeah, if you come on having a chat, it just goes to, well, my city calls it round robin. I call it round table. Others call it other things, but yeah, you just include everyone and carry on the conversation. But you invite people in, and of course. It's how this networks in a sense. Of course, when I call for check-ins, we're inviting people in, and we call them in, and we include everybody. So we will go around to Warren now, M7JTV.
M7JTV, yeah. I was going to say, I've been on a couple of net groups where they're just quick, hi, bye, and that's it. I've been on the worldwide one, and that one, like the other gentleman was saying, it's pretty rubbish really, because all you're hearing is weather and radios. The other one I've been on is, I don't use HubNet because I didn't like the way I got spoke to on there. I had a gentleman tell me that apparently I wasn't, one, leaving a long enough gap, and two, the place to have a chat, but for hours on end you just hear these two that was just talking for hours. So I just basically switched myself to go into either sit here on 2 meters, or I sit here on, I would say local repeater, but local repeater, there's never anyone on it. It's like there's not even a close club to me now, because the local one, all they do is go to a pub and sit there, talk about digital pieces of the repeater that they apparently look after, but you don't hear much on it, and that's all. And then as of a week ago, got a HF radio, so I'm literally been making an antenna ready to go in the garden. I've tried it out, and I've been able to speak to a gentleman today in Poland, so I'm getting there, but it's just all still new. And then the wife said, "Oh, because I had Echolink, she's also done her license, and she said, how about try using Peanuts?" So I set this up the other day, and I thought, oh, I'll have a go. And then I had a first conversation on here yesterday, and today's the second time I've been on here. So it's quite nice to actually be able to be in a net and actually have a talk to a group of you. I'll pass it back to, is it M7 Charlie Sierra?
CQNW weather update. Today, the northwest is showing a bit of its grey charm. In the south, near Crewe and Stoke, temperatures hover around 7 degrees with light rain and a gentle breeze around 2 miles per hour. Moving to central Manchester, overcast skies bring a similar temperature of 7 degrees with a mild 1.5 miles per hour wind. Up north in Preston, expect a cloudy day at 7 degrees with the breeziest conditions, featuring winds gusting up to 6 miles per hour. No severe weather alerts. 7-3 from M0NWX.
Okay, there's the update, the weather update there. To stateside it ain't relevant. To Wales it's not, but that's from the CQ Northwest system. And of course Darryl put it on there, the experimental. And of course it puts some weather updates out there. Of course we don't have to say them then, because we've heard them. But yeah, that is a gripe really sometimes when, pretty much, radio, it's about the learning, the experimenting, but at the heart of it is conversation as well. Because like I said, there's all different abilities in radio. There are people that can get to their local repeater and they can chat through it, and they're going through a busy network. We all know about net, don't we, Rod? We got told off on that. We met each other out of net conditions, and we were having a good old chinwag, and we got told off. Pretty shortly after that, my ALLSTAR node got switched off. But of course, it can go to other places as well. But of course, all welcome in here. Another room for you to look on Peanut. Probably, look after the net, but normally weekdays, during, between, I think it's like 8 o'clock up to about 9 o'clock, maybe up to 10 o'clock. You'll get Steve and a couple of guys in a room called Old Boys. Go into there, Old Boys, tell them I sent you. But of course, that's a laugh and a joke, and it's very relaxed as well. It's amateurs, but it's very relaxed chat, and everything else there. So there's a quick recommendation for you as well on the Peanut. So next we will go round to John in Whitby, G0. Golf G0, Romeo Golf Golf. Over to you there.
G0RGG. A quick one for Warren. I didn't quite get your call sign. I'm sure it came up with a different call sign on the screen than what you said, so maybe you can come back to me with your call sign in a bit. Is the W.D.R.G. They had a stand a couple of years ago at Blackpool. I wonder if we're going to have another stand this year. We've got a couple of questions, probably easier there. Because I've just been logging everybody on the logging software. It's always interesting what type of logging software people use, I think, because there's loads out there. It's interesting what different people use. Just for information, really, the one I'm using is Station Master. Right, I'll pass it back to you then, Chris, G0RGG.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Yeah, thanks very much there, John. And yep, I'd have been there on the stand at Blackpool as well with City, who runs the net on Wednesday afternoon on here as well. Simon, I think Pablo was there. If it was a couple of years ago, Endaf would have even been there. N6UTC, as he actually came over, came and stayed in the hotel in Blackpool, and of course he was on our stand because of course the network links over into the sister network, which is Freeway Fusion, which is stateside as well. So of course, yeah, he came down with us as well, and was at stand. So it is a plan to have a representation there every year, and of course, it makes people aware of us as well. So yeah, not a problem there, John. So normally I would give call-ins, but that weather update that reminded me that we're getting near the 9 o'clock mark while we're over it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go round for the last overs and 7 free round. So we're going to go round to Steve, GW5, VOG, and I can see you there in Peanut End up. But over to you there, Steve.
GW5 VOG, returning, thank you, Chris. Yeah, just while people were talking, I just thought of a new sauce for Monty to go with his ham. How about peanut gravy? There we are. Since we're talking about peanut, do you ever go on Zello, Chris? I think ages ago I've been on that a couple of times. So yeah, I don't tend to like using mobile phones for radios if I can help it. I mean, it is great, but you know, if you're out and about somewhere, you haven't got your radio with you, you can like join in this through Echolink or Peanut. Anyway, talking about this net, you did I think tease us about 4 weeks ago with a little suggestion that you might be reconsidering Brandmeister. Did I get that wrong, or is that right? And let us know if there's any update on that then. The other thing is, I know like you used to live in Wales and you're over in Gloucester now. Have you ever thought, the people on the committee and everything, of changing the name from the Welsh Digital Radio Group to something like UK Digital Radio Group, Empire Building? So today Wales, tomorrow the world. Anyway, 73 to everybody. It's been a really nice net tonight. Quite inspiring, your little talk about the lady who's just died, Michael. Very moving. And you know, I quite often think when I'm getting down about having sort of a bit of arthritis in my legs, I always think about people who, you know, not been able to walk all their lives and they still do things like the Paralympics and things like that, you know. And I think, you know, get a life, stop moaning, you've got nothing to worry about. So anyway, yeah, that was great to hear that. So 73 to everybody. Best wishes to all of you and all your families. Thank you, Chris, for being net control, keeping us in order as usual. So M7CCS from GW5 VOG. Back to you, Chris.
Kilo 2, Hotel Zulu Echo, New York City.
Okay, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, also acknowledging Kilo 2 Hotel Zelo E. That is Tom from the Bronx in New York. We're currently doing the 7 free round, but it comes with an over as well, so I've got a few to get through, and then we will come down to you there, Tom. So, what you said, Steve, Brandmeister, you were getting confused. We are 2356, but not Brandmeister. It's the one, yeah, TGIF. So, yeah, it was pretty much that. The TGIF room has moved, but the network map reflects that on here. So, yeah, it was a thing so that some people may see 2356 and go, ooh, but they're also going to hear the net peeping out of there as well. As of yet, not had a bite from that. But, yeah, N6UTC has control of that room. And of course, yeah, we link to it. And there are a few experiments going on in the background. There's no announcements yet, Steve. You're edging and edging for an announcement there, but yeah, new things will be happening, but yeah, the announcements will be there, and things don't happen until things have been properly tested. Because yeah, if you connect something up and then it keeps sending the network down or something like that, we might as well wear clown suits to Blackpool. So of course, yeah, we make sure everything works properly before giving announcements over it, etc. Steve. So we will go to Michael. Michael.
Chris, you got me look confused there. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo and Papa. I got ready to push the talk button, and then you said Steve. So I almost didn't check in. But anyway, all this talk of peanuts has made me hungry. I've got a small jar of dry roasted peanuts on my desk. I think I might have me a little snack right after this net, because you got me thinking about peanuts. I've never used one to communicate with anybody as far as I know, but I have ate a lot of them. So I may have me to eat me some more here in just a few minutes, because Chris, you planted that seed, that peanut in my mind. Hope everybody has a great week. Hope everybody stays safe and out there. Weather cooperates and we have those gentle breezes, like the weatherman said on here. I haven't had a gentle breeze here in Tennessee in several months now. I look forward to something like that. Everybody have a great week, and I'll talk to you next Saturday, hopefully. And as I say here in the South, if the creeks don't rise, talk to you next Saturday on the Saturday Ragchew Net. 73, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, 7-3 then, watching the live stream. When it does catch up, that little box in the middle of the live stream, that is peanut. So, of course, yeah, that's the Spanish version that I'm always saying about. But yeah, Peanut is it's an amateur radio application for the mobile phone, also for PC as well. But of course, yeah, it's pretty much it does come into the network via cqnorthwest. So of course that enables people without a radio to get into us as well there, Michael. So yeah, all the talk of peanuts are making you hungry. And I didn't answer Steve's question about Zeno. I have used it, but it's more unlicensed stuff than licensed stuff, isn't it? So we will go round to Rod, G0, EUZ for your last over, and 7-3.
G0, EUZ, back to the group. Yeah, something I thought of, which I've been meaning to mention all night. I see on Facebook there was a notice there that the and hand clock will stop working in June this year, apparently. So I don't know if that's hard and fast, or whether somebody else might take it over. So we'll have to wait and see. To be honest, I haven't used it in ages, because I don't sit in the shack all the time. There's no point in having it on. So there we go. Anyway, 7.3s everybody. Nice to catch you. Have a good week, and we'll catch you next week. M7CCS G0EUZ 7.3s, please.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Yeah, I've seen some different stories about that, but yeah, I don't really want to know how and when it happened. Well, yeah, I heard a disturbing one of it, and of course, yeah, the guy who actually wrote it and whatever, he has gone silent key, and the server will still be up till June or something, and then the hand clock will, you know, it still give you all your information and stuff that like you do for your other thing, because it's outsourced to web pages. But it's the actual clock functionality and the date will disappear, in a sense. But there is another version, better call it out. So there's something called Envento ham clock, that runs on a Pi and on all the other ham clocks. So that's something to look at. And most of the updates are coming from a page on Facebook as well. So we go, we give Endaf a chance to say he's 7-3, as he is sat there in the peanut, and I'm dropping out, so we give Endaf a chance. Over to you, N6UTC, if you're still there.
G0RGG, yeah, I'm still here, yeah. I'll make this the last one. Yeah, looking at different things. We at the Chester Radio Club, we use Discord, as does Station Master and quite a few other clubs. Essex uses it as well. So Discord's quite good to keep in touch with everyone, I guess. Hand clock. Yeah, it's a shame really, because there's lots and lots of people use hand clock, and they're not going to get any updates unless somebody takes over or somebody else does the updates. I don't know how that's going to shape up, but maybe that something else might come out. But it's a shame for all people. I know it's free, but some people have actually bought it as well from different retailers. Yeah, so well, if you're there at Blackpool, we'll see you there. I'm going this year. And that's it really from me. So I'll make this the final and say 7.3s and pass it back to you, Chris. M7CCS G0RGG in the group.
Yeah, 7-3 there, John. And of course, yeah, thanks for the 7-3 there. And yeah, it must be my pronunciation of N6UTC, but it's not a problem there. So we'll see if Endaf. Well, he was there when I opened it up. Yeah, he is there. Do you want to come in and say a 7-3 there, Endaf? Okay, nothing heard, so we will go to Monty, 2W1, TER, round to you for your last over and 7-3.
Yeah. Oh, 2 Whiskey 1, Tango Echo Romeo. Yeah, 7-3's all. Another good little bit of banter tonight. Swings and roundabouts and ups and downs and all roundabouts. Oh, love it. Yeah, yeah. As I say, Michael, you know well aware 91 is just a radio report and weather report station now. It's gone boring. But there's some good places to have a chat. I think a lot of them are empty lately. I think there was a big buzz over the lockdown and then it's all cured out. Zello used to be all right when I used it years ago, but then when that they used it to cause all that trouble, Zeno had to crack down on lots of things, so it became useless really, more for business again, which is what it was designed for. But yeah, there's other things. I had Echolink. It got me used to talking and that, and meeting from different types of groups where you knew there was going to be people because they had a specific time for the group chats and that, which is good. That was a good introduction. But yeah, it's been all right. But yeah, 2 Whiskey 1 Tango, giving everybody 7 threes. Wishing you all the best and handing it back to control. Oh, and hello to the guy from New York. You're a bit late, but welcome.
All right, we're standing by. We're waiting on turn.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, thanks very much there, Monty. And of course, right, we will go round to Warren, and then we will be round to Tom. So, round to you there, Warren. Mike 7, Juliet Tango Victor. Round to you there.
Mike 7, Juliet Tango Victor. Yeah, I'll say 7-3 to all, and it's been a nice thing where I've been able to join you all this evening, and I will definitely be joining you again next Saturday. And it's been nice watching the live stream at the same time, especially with the way Chris has been changing it from different things on his screen. And yeah, hopefully I'll get a hand of this peanut a bit more and be able to do a bit more. But yeah, I'll say 7-3 to all for now, and hopefully I can catch you all again next weekend.
Yep, 7-3 to you there, Warren, and of course, yeah, the live stream is for the unlicensed people as well as the licensed people, but of course, yeah, it's somewhere where they can hear the audio and still hear it and see what's happening. So I do try my best to remember to click over to the log, and if I'm doing anything over in the log, then of course, yeah, you see it a little bit delayed afterwards, but you will see yourself turn green as well. So of course, yeah, there are colours. So blue is listening. If it goes orange, it means it's a missed call. If it goes red, it means you missed it twice. If it's green, then yeah, you've checked out on a 7-3. So we will pull it round to Tom. Sorry to have kept you waiting there. Kilo 2, Hotel Zulu Echo.
All right, M7, Charlie Sierra, Net Control in the group. It's a pleasure to be out here. I'm actually coming in on XLX 749 through DMR. And you guys are sounding wonderful. Really appreciate the work and everything. As you know, Endorf has 2 channels on my DStar reflector. I'm actually running all 26 channels and everything. And it's really cool to be linked up this way and everything. So I just want to say thank you and everything. It's all thanks to him and you guys and everything. It's just my gateways and stuff. And it's a pleasure to hear you. Right now, I'm coming in on DroidStar. I'm on DroidStar, so I'm doing DMR to XLX 749, and then I'm using the 4004 to connect to the talk group, and we're talking, so it's kind of amazing. And sorry I missed the net and everything. I'll try to be more on schedule, but we appreciate it. Also, if you look me up on the QRZ, you'll see a lot of the other things I'm into and everything. And as far as crossing another peanut room and everything, I can do that as well. So we're all game for everything going on here, and it's just a pleasure. This is Kilo 2, Hotel Zulu Echo, New York City. Back to the group, and over to you, Chris.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, thanks very much there, Tom. And of course, yeah, the net goes every week there, and of course, yeah, it wasn't the 7-3 range, but we got there eventually, and of course, yep, glad of all your work there, helping NDAF and everything else there with what you're doing. And of course, yeah, he gives a couple more ways in there as well. Yep, I will bid you a 7-3 there, Tom, and we will go into the normal. The normal is the shutdown, and of course, yeah, you can catch City at on Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. So I'm trying to actually get to the right screen now. At 4:30 p.m. On a Wednesday, that is UK time. And he had host the W.D.R.G afternoon net there. And so, in the net tonight, we have myself, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, net control. We have Bob MW0RHD in Fawelly. We have GW5 VOG Steve in Penarth, Glenmorgan. We have Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa Michael in Lebon, Tennessee. We had G0 UZ Rod in Cottenham, and is how it comes up. N6 UGC NDEF in Long Beach. We have 2W1 TER Monty over here, over there, anywhere, but it is a location in Wales. M6 DQB Pablo in Scarborough. We had M7 JTV Warren in Kidderminster. We had G0RGG John in Whitby. And Kilo 2 Hotel Zulu Echo Tom at the end there from the Bronx in New York. I've been Mike 7 at Charlie Sierra. I'll catch you next week, and of course, thanks for joining in with the Saturday Ragchew Net. 7-3 for now.
All right, it's my pleasure. Really, really amazing. Sorry I missed it in the beginning, but I'll be here more often, and it's great to be connected with you guys. Like I said, just let me know if there's any problems with the audios or anything. We can always try to make adjustments, so we really appreciate it.